Hey my beauty chameleons, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I am Tasha from beautychameleon.com, and in today's video it is going to be a response to the SP Nation's Rihanna Who's That Chick look. I have been watching many videos, you guys. I haven't been making a video for a while, but I came across SP Nation, Brian's channel. If you haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. He is amazing and simply hilarious at the same time. I also watch Beat Face Honey, Miss Tatiana, and I was amazed with her video. And then also, if you haven't checked out her channel, definitely go check out her channel as well. She is a talented makeup artist and inspires me all the time. And then I also watch Miss Alondra, which is over at Miss Makeup Artist. I will post all their links in the information box below, but definitely go check out their looks from the Rihanna Who's That Chick. But you guys, I was on Twitter yesterday and I was talking to Brian. I'm like, you know what? You guys are all inspiring me so much. I think I'm going to do a video response. So Brian, here's the video response. I hope you enjoy it. This is my look of the Rihanna Who's That Chick. Of course, I did the little cut crease and added some splashes of color. And of course, play with the bright pinks and everything else. So if you like this look and like to see how I create it, stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay, let's get started. Now the very first thing you want to do to create this fun look inspired by Rihanna is definitely prime your lid, and I use the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. Now the second thing I decided to do, I saw this in many of the other videos I was inspired by, but to use the NYX Jumbo White Pencil, or the NYX Pencil in Milk on the lid as well. I'm just going to use it because again it will help your yellow eyeshadow to pop a little better. I'm just going to put a little dot of the NYX pencil there, and I will put a little bit in the inner corners of the eye, because I notice that yellow eyeshadow kind of comes toward the inner corner of the eye. And you can simply take your fingertip and lightly blend it out, or you can take a flat shader brush like this here and blend out the jumbo pencil like so. Once you have it blended out, the other thing I noticed when I watched the video, she did have a splash of color on the lower lash line like this here, and it may not be exactly, but this is my interpretation of it. So what I decided to do is grab my NYX, and this is their eyeliner pencil, and the color is called White. But I decided to line my lower lash line as well with this pencil just to use as a base, so go ahead and do that as well. Again, this will be the canvas of your look, and this will help make all those beautiful colors pop at the end. Now I don't want to leave the pencil like so, so I'm going to go back with my fingertip and just lightly pat and blend out the liner. The second step, I'm going to be creating this yellow look on the lid. I will be using MAC Bright Future, and I believe this is from the Style Warrior collection, and I will be using my MAC 242 brush, which is another small shader brush. I'm going to pack on a lot of color onto the brush just like so, and I'm going to lightly just dab the color on the lid and kind of start outlining where I'm going to cut the crease for this look. So if you're like me and you have those hooded eyes, you may want to bring that yellow color just slightly higher above the crease. And then I'm also going to take that yellow and move it toward the inner corner of the eye like so. As you can tell in the picture and in the video, she did have a little bit of yellow in the inner corner of the eye, moving down to the lower corner. So I'm gonna just lightly place it, but we're gonna definitely go back and blend this out, so don't worry if it's kind of messy along the lower lash line. My purpose is just to get the color to pop, and I'm packing on a lot of that color. If need be, you can always take your fingertip and lightly dab out the edges, but again, let's pack on some color and get ready to create that cut crease for this look. Now we're going to begin to cut that crease for this look. I'm going to be mixing two shadows from MAC. This is Embark, which is a matte brown, and I will also be using Handwritten. And I'm just going to take 2 taps of each, and I'm going to be using a angled brush to begin creating that crease. So go ahead and mix both of those colors, just taking a tap from each color. And I like to start along the lash line, and just taking that brush, starting about right here, and just start outlining it for starters. And you want to go along the natural curve of your eye. Everybody's eye shape is different, so definitely go along that curve of your eye. And if need be, just turn your brush around just so you can begin to create the tip of your crease. And don't forget to kind of look back and kind of balance out the color. or the cut creases to make sure they both match on both sides. And the line may get a little jagged, but we can always go back in there and start to blend everything out and smooth out the edges. But that's what you want to start with. And then I'm just going to take my brush and start lightly blending the color up. And then also kind of smoothing out any of the ridges from this crease look. And I'm just taking short little swiping motions. It's been a while since I've cut creases, and the SP Nation, Beat Face Honey, and Alondra, Miss Makeup Artist, totally inspired me to do this look, so I love this. And then again, once you have it defined the way you want to, again, start to blend and smudge upward, if that word helps to define what I'm doing. Now after you got that crease cut, the next thing I'm going to do is actually take my 224 brush, which is by MAC, and I'm going to grab a little bit of the handwritten, which is the lighter of the two, and tap ever so lightly, just like so, just so I can start blending out the edges of this cut crease. And I'm barely applying very little pressure to my brush, to my lid, and I'm just softening and blending back and forth just like so. And I will slightly blend that color up to my brow area. Now the next thing I'm going to do is grab my NARS, and it's a small dome shaped brush, number 12, and I'm going to grab a little bit more of handwritten, and lightly tap, and I want to blend just a little bit more. I find that this brush just gives me a little bit more control in adding colors versus my big dome shaped brush. Sometimes I grab just a little bit too much color and then disaster happens. Now the next thing I decided to do for this look, I broke out my Urban Decay Naked palette, and the color I will be using is a little bit of Hustle, which is that dark chocolatey purpley looking brown. I'm going to stick with my small dome shaped brush and just dab just a little bit onto that, and I'm going to use that to intensify the outer corner of my eye, just this area here, and start to blend just a little bit more, just to deepen it up just a little bit. And just move my way up to my brow bone, just in the outer area. Now I'm just starting to see the next thing that I would like to do before I start focusing in and kind of detailing just a little bit more things. I want to go back and add my highlight color. Again, I'm just grabbing another dome shaped brush. This is an Urban Decay one. Yeah, I have lots of them. And I'm going to be using Virgin from Urban Decay, which is this nice shimmery pearlescent color. And I'm going to highlight the brow bone area of my eyebrow and just lightly bring it over the brown that I used. This will create a nice highlight like she had in the video. And I like that Miss Makeup Artist did notice that she did have some highlighting above the brow. So I'm going to play with that and try that as well, because I thought that looked fabulous in her video. Outside of everything else, it looked fabulous too. Just a little bit on top of the brow, kind of right here to here, and then of course underneath as well. You can put it as intense as you want it or as light as you want it. And I'm just taking the remainder excess and blending out any edges out this way that I see that needs blending. Now back to this little concentration area here. I'm going to go back and grab my matte Graphology, which is a matte purple, and again I want to kind of add a little bit more concentration to the outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to take that Graphology along the lash line, and then I'm going to move it along the outer portion of my cut crease. And then once you kind of smooth out any lines from that cut crease, which I just needed to do, I am going to lightly kind of blend that upward again and out. Now for my little finishing touch to the cut crease, we can move down to the lower lash line. You guys know I like to break out my Smashbox Blackout, because I like to kind of intensify the outer corners. I know Rihanna didn't really have a smudge of black in hers, but I like to do that just to add a little extra effects to my eyeshadow. But I'm just going to line the outer corner again. And don't worry about fallout. I did not put foundation on this side of my face, so you can always clean it up before you get started with your eye look. But a good tip is just to tap off your brush before you apply it to your face. But I'm just going to take a little bit of that black and smudge it in the outer corner. And I'm also going to take it along, again, just the outer third of my eye shape here. And just blend it into the other colors that is above the cut crease line. Just to add a little bit more intensity to the outer corner of my eye. Now we are almost done with this look. The next thing we're going to do is go back to that Bright Future shadow from MAC. And I'm switching my brushes again. I'm going to be using a Sephora, and this is their smudger brush, or their, yeah, just a smudger brush, number 14. I'm going to be applying more of the yellow along the lash line. And again, I'm using the MAC Bright Future. And I just packed on a lot of color, as you can see, to the tip of the brush. And what I'm going to do is line the lower lash line. And if you're like me, and when you lift your face up and you have kind of pudgy cheeks here, and it kind of make your lash line color disappear, you may want to take that lash line color and of course apply it in areas where you need to, but you might want to lightly smudge it beyond that little wrinkle right there, just so when you open your eye you can see a little bit more of that color like you see on Rihanna. So right here it looks kind of funky, but when you're at a normal eye level it looks pretty nice. Now what I decided to use for that pop of color in the outer corner, I decided to mix two of my shadows. The shadows I decided to use is Aphrodisiac, and this is by MAC. And then I also decided to use Fresh Water, which is also by MAC. And I'm just basically going to take my brush and tap a little bit into my Aphrodisiac, and then a little bit into that Fresh Water. And then I'm apply it to the outer corner of my eye. And again, don't forget, smudge down just a little bit. And you want to bring it about halfway to almost a third of the way down. And again, just smudging down, just taking light little pat, pat, pat motions. Now to intensify a little more, you can grab some more Aphrodisiac and pack it onto the top portion of the lash line, and then you can move that line downward, just like so. And you can take your fingertips just to lightly fade away the outer corners, like so. So now we have the eye look done. Now it's time to line, add lashes, and finishing out the pops of pinks for the contour of the cheek. Now the liner I will be using for my eyes is my favorite of the moment, which is the Wet n Wild liner. Thank you so much, Beat Face Honey. I love this liner. I really do. I like it better than my Stila Smudge Pot. I like it better than my MAC Black Track right now. I don't know why, but I guess that's what I'm liking right now. So if you haven't checked out this, you guys, go to your local drugstore, grocery store, and check this out. For what you pay, it is awesome. Now I'm ready to line my eye. You can use any liner brush you're using. This is a simple Bare Essentials brush, but anything that's pointed or slanted that works easy for you will just be fine. I'm just going to take a little bit, and the line on Rihanna, I'm looking at the picture right now, it's kind of thick, and it has like a pointed cat eye toward the center. So for me, start anywhere you need to. I like to start on the middle, and then I'll move my way out. And take your time, and I will give it a slight wing along the edge of where I cut my crease. Now that we have the upper lash line complete, I'm just going to slightly go in and kind of exaggerate the inner corners of my eye, just by lining further inward. And then I'm going to go on the bottom and connect as well. Now on this section you want to go back in and make that a little bit thicker, but that's just a start. Okay, and then we're going to continue to line the inner portion of the water line. Okay, and then we have the lash line complete. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is apply my lashes. And the lashes I will be using for this video is my favorite Sonia Kashuk. And these are the, I think, Glam Doll lashes, but they're artificial, they're plastic, but they're so fun and full. So I'm going to go add those, and we'll be right back to finish out the rest of this Rihanna-inspired look. Okay, to finish this Rihanna-inspired look, of course I did my foundation, and my favorite drugstore foundation is the Revlon Color Stay, so I decided to break that one back. I haven't used it in a while, and I do have an old review on this if you're interested to know what I think about this particular foundation. So go to my YouTube channel, which is InHop76, and scroll through all those videos and you'll find a review on this here. And then I finished off my makeup with my Makeup Forever HD High Definition Setting Powder. Now for the cheek color, I decided to use several pinks. I broke out my Coastal Scents, and it's a 32 double stack or 42 double stack palette, and I decided to mix together these two pinks right here. And I just simply used, if I can find it, for this pink finish, very luminous here, I just used my Sephora blush brush number 41. It's a rounded blush brush, and I dipped a little bit into the shimmery color and a little bit into the matte. And I'm going to start right along the contour of my cheek from the hairline all the way out, just simply taking a little oval shape motion right in here and moving my way forward and upward, kind of creating a C around my eye area. So you can kind of see the pink started, right? So at this point, since that pink was very intense on her, I'm going to dip into that palette and grab a lot more. And I like to use little circular motions. That'll give you really nice blended effect to this look. And I'm going to bring it to the front just like so. And grabbing a little bit more, I'm going to go along the hairline and along my temples. Now to deepen up along the contours of the cheek, I decided to break out my MAC Vintage Grape Ombre Blush. And I decided to use the darker portion of the blush section, and I just went along the contour of my cheek just to darken it up at the bottom a little bit, and then lightly blend into the lighter pink like so. And then I decided to break out my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's the Soft and Gentle. And I'm just going to take a little bit by using my angled brush, and I just want to go along the highlight portion of my cheeks. You notice in her video she is kind of highlighting and just create a C shape around my eye again. I will put a little bit on the apples of my cheek just so I create a little glowy finish to this look, kind of like in the video. And then for my lips, I'm just going to break out my NYX, and it's called Pinky Liner, and I'm going to be using my NYX Flower lipstick, and this is their round lipsticks, which tend to be a little bit more sheer, more glossy, so that's why I'm going to use this pencil as a base. I'm just going to line and fill in, and then I'm going to add the Sunflower lipstick from NYX on top. And that is pretty much the look. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this Rihanna inspired Who's That Chick look. And like I said, I was inspired by so many people I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So definitely go check out their channel, and also rate, comment, subscribe here. And also, if you'd like to have a list of all the products I used in this video, go over to my website, which I'll have the link in the information box below, but it's beautychameleon.com. And in that blog post, I will tell you everything I've used on my face. But as always, thank you guys all so much for watching my video, rating, commenting, and subscribing. And also for all of my new subscribers and all of my old subscribers, thank you all so much for your support. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.